I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I'd like you all to respond to them by raising your hands, okay? Okay, first question. How many of you have Samsung phones here? That's quite a lot of people. Okay, second question. How many of you like tea in winters? Majority, okay. Third question. Who does not like to fly by plane? Minority, but can you guys see yourselves? Come Logan. Okay. How many of you are wearing leather jackets today? Okay, a minority. How many of you would like to wear leather jackets? Right now. Okay, that's quite a lot. Okay, how many of you like Nescafe basement? Again, wow. Okay, I had no idea they had so many fans. And how many of you do not like Lamb of God, the American heavy metal band?
Do not.
How many of you, okay, how many of you like them? Okay, now can you guys see each other? Have a look at each other. I'd like that. Alright? Okay, so at this point you have just established something that you have in common with somebody else who's sitting in the same hall. And that is going to eventually lead you into making decisions that you will not even realize are affecting you. Moving on, I'll explain to you what emotional design actually is. Emotional design is an aspect of design that does not necessarily affect the functionality of it or the aesthetics of it. Alright, so what that would mean is that it doesn't really matter if I'm drinking from a cup. Is it really all that comfortable to hold? It doesn't really matter. Is it really pretty? Do I care? Do I not care? But is it my cup? Does it have the Avengers drawn on it? Do I like to keep it in the office, and do I mind when somebody else likes to use it? Okay, I'll be territorial about it a little bit, right? Because it's my cup. So that is where the designer is making me emotional about the product that I want to own. And now it's mine. And because it's mine, it's a part of my identity because I relate to it, right? And we all have those teacups that we specifically like to keep, right? And we don't let anybody else touch them. I will explain the biology of it just a little bit by giving you some examples. So, your brain affects to stimuli through 5 senses basically. And we all know those 5 senses, right? What are they? Smell, sight, taste, touch. Which one am I missing? Hearing. Yeah, hearing. Sound, right? So, whatever you hear or whatever you take in as input, your brain processes it. Okay? And now that you're all, well, none of us are babies here, so we have memories that are associated with things from the past. So for example, if I touch this carpet, it will remind me of something that I used to touch before. Maybe that when I was a baby, I used to crawl on the floor and it used to scrape my knees, right? And then I'd say, "Ye carpet sakhta hai, I don't really like it." And that's the association that my brain will make with that aspect. Because this carpet has also been designed in a certain way. And then if it's a softer carpet, I'm going to like it, right? Little things like that. So in the same way, a cat, when we all see it, we take it in as input, okay? Or here we get this, our brain does this processing of it. And then based on what kind of history we have with the cat, we could either like it or we wouldn't like it. Right? So if a cat attacked you when you were 5 years old, you would not go near the cat. You would say, "Keep it away from me, I don't like this living furry thing." But if you like cats and if you like stuffed toys, then you'd respond to it in a really positive way. "Ooh, I like this cat, you know, I want to cuddle it, it's really cute." Now, I would give you examples of it. See, basically what we designers do is that we manipulate. We manipulate you on a daily basis. We manipulate you into thinking that a place is nicer than it actually is. We manipulate you into thinking that a product is nicer than it actually is. We manipulate you in so many ways that, no, not yet, sorry. So I don't want to kind of, I'll explain it to you in a very basic sense through the 5 senses, okay? But I'm not going to tell you all our secrets because we want to keep manipulating you. I'll use an example here. So this is a phone that I recently got. I keep breaking phones, alright? So there are two reasons as to why I have this really heavy duty kind of cover. And a lot of people have said, this is really masculine. Why do you want this phone? You know, you're a girl. Have a girly phone. What's up with this cover? Why does it look like a military truck or a Hummer? Do something else. But I have another reason for it. I identify with it. And I identify with the look that I have here today. I identify with the clothes that I wear. I identify with the coats that I wear and with the boots that I wear. And this goes with that. So it's a part of my identity, you know. I don't want to let go of it. And the other reason for getting this phone is functional. Nothing has happened to it, I can assure you of that. I've tested this quite a few times. So this is how products affect you. I primarily chose this because my phone wouldn't break. I break a lot of phones. But I mostly chose it because it looks so cool. And that is how shallow all of us are, right? What designers do is that they get inside your head and then kind of realize what that part of you is, what makes you feel that way, what really clicks with you, and then we use that and then we sell the product to you in that way. Okay, so do you all know this? Have you all used this? Do you all like to use it? Do you all not like to use it? Who likes it as a product? You really have to like it though, because everybody uses this, doesn't it? So whether or not it's transparent, would that affect you buying it or not buying it? It's water. I mean, when you're thirsty, you don't really care what the container looks like, do you? Do you? No, okay. That's a very mixed answer. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. How many of you know this? Okay, do you just know this as a shirt that says how you're doing, or do you know how you're doing? You actually know this. Alright, so all of you watch Friends now. And has anybody just kind of, is a stranger sitting next to you who just raised their hand about the Joey shirt? Yes. Yeah? Do you like them more now? I bet you do. Embracing difference. So this is exactly the kind of point that I'm trying to make here. When you see something in common with somebody else whom you have no idea about, this is what happens. I see another girl with short hair, it automatically happens. I just automatically connect to her in some way. You know, I'm like, I understand. I understand you. I get this. But we as humans have this habit of being territorial about our own things. So in a way you can say that we have a natural instinct to reject things that are not like us. They make us nervous, right? If I see somebody who has really long hair, now I've had long hair, but it wouldn't be the same, would it? But in order to realize what creates that difference, I really have to be aware of what's actually happening, right? So I'll go with another thing. How many of us know iPod Nanos? iPod Nanos in particular. Have you ever owned one? Yeah? And did you find it to be nice and functional and all those billions of songs? But were you not frustrated that you could only play iTunes on it? Right? And then a lot of us said, okay, Apple ke compatibility issues bahut aate hain. You don't like them, right? What does Apple do? When they market their products, what do they do?
Monopolize.
Community, simplicity, monopolize. Who said monopolize? That's interesting. They're very brand conscious. And they will make sure that everything that they give to you, from A to Z, is by them. Hence the iTunes. Hence the incompatibility of it with everything else. Now, I don't want to call them a judgy brand here, but they're really not embracing differences here, are they? Right? Because you get things, Android devices, they're all known as holistic Android device, right? And we all know we can put in our MP3s and our MP4s, and we just need the right kind of app to make it work. But it works, right? And a lot of people use Samsungs and Androids and LGs and all of those other things because they're more compatible. And then that doesn't mean that you'll also have to have a Mac, and then you'll also have to have a billion other things, and then your Windows will have to be, I won't say it, but none of us really use genuine Windows. None of us. right? So that happens. Okay, another test. How many of you like this guy? I like him. I mean, you know, he might not be all our favorite, but a lot of people love him. Absolutely love him, right? Not a lot of people in this hall. I did not expect that. Okay, and how many people identify with this chair? Lots and lots. Can anybody tell me why? One word. No. What we all know is the Game of Thrones. Why? Why do we like this chair? How many of you want to sit on it? Right now. I do. Can you identify the primary reason why you want to do that? Apart from the fact that you're a fan of the show.
Power.
You're there. Authority, power. And again, that is what we do as designers. We will give you a horrific steel chair that has no cushioning on it whatsoever, but we will make you want to sit on it. And you will. Because it is so cool. And the things that are associated with it are so cool. Right? Alright, so since I have not a lot of time, I'm just going to kind of wrap it up and explain to you guys. This is how the gradation of similarities and differences actually happens in human beings. You'll all kind of like Shah Rukh Khan a little bit. You'll love the Game of Thrones chair, maybe you'll hate it, okay? But there will be a gradation of likeness and dislikeness with a certain kind of product or an object that you have. The point of all of that, I think that I would like to contribute to this event over here is that you need to be aware of little things and how little things in design are affecting you on a daily basis. If this hall was larger, you would automatically be impressed, wouldn't you?
Yes.
If this hall was smaller, you would say, why didn't they know who you are? But you really need to explore yourselves, because until you actually start exploring yourselves and understand how you work as an individual and why you identify with certain things and you don't with others, you're not really going to be able to embrace the differences, which is what we want to talk about today. So please do that. Please think about every little decision that you make, every little piece of processing that goes into your brain, and embrace each other.